All right, Lancaster County, Lancaster Connects is celebrating 200 episodes today.
Just did it again. I don't know why I did that. Happy 200th, Jeffrey.
He said maybe we should have had hats, and then he did that. Imagine what he would have done in a hat.
So, this kind of snuck up on us in a way. We have some things prepared for today, but we should have champagne. We should have had hats.
Well, I've been drinking since 9.
Coffee.
It's 200 day.
Yes.
200th episode day. No, I mean, I guess, I don't know. I think the way maybe in the back of our mind is this is just what we do.
It's true.
It's become such a part of the fiber of our store, Gardner's Mattress and More. We firmly believe that being a part of our community means giving back to our community. We often say here in these four walls that, to just sell to your community is really kind of just taking. I think in this day and age, right? Because there is so much more you can do. The power of technology, how we're speaking with you, meeting with you, sharing some of your time today, that's not taking, it's giving. And we've got 3 wonderful ladies on the show with us today who are going to give you an update. They've been on. They're going to give you an update on their causes, their programs, and all the great things they're doing. And so we're so very focused on that commitment to community. I'll talk more later in the show about that. And really the direction we're taking with the show. So I think we're going to get to 300 episodes faster than we know it. Actually, 300 episodes is going to correspond with a really great target we have for the store.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes,
About 2 years from now.
2 years.
And then 4 years from now, I was talking with our sales manager, Drew. I said, what's really cool about what's going to happen here? We're going to look at our company in 2 years, and we're going to look at this show in 2 years and say, we were a bunch of amateurs. Look at the level. Look at we weren't even good then. Look how good we are now. And we're still going to be looking up now to be better.
You're talking about turning it to 11.
Oh, yeah. Maybe 1,100.
Little spinal tap right there.
Yeah, just blow that thing out. That's right. Just hockey stick it. That's what I think.
I love it.
200 episodes. It's great. It's a target. I guess it's a target to celebrate for us. It's mission accomplished for the moment. But we've got a big mission, and I'll kind of share a little bit of that now. We got about 600,000 people in the county, and through maybe you being a customer, through you watching Lancaster Connects, sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting, that's a way to connect. And then we've got charity, and then we've got 3 great people to talk about their charity. So those 3 C's, community, the show, connection, Lancaster Connects, and charity, we're coming for you all, right? I mean that positively, not threatening, but positively. We're coming for it all. We want all 600,000 people thereabouts in Lancaster County connected to our store, to this platform, to the show, because of the good that we're doing and the deposits that we're making back into the community. We have the platform, and we're happy to share it. We'll talk more about that a little bit. One thing I wanted to touch on right out of
this is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool. I love this.
So the frustration that we've had with floor models and wake up happy comfort exchanges and distressed inventory that might have a scuff or come in damaged, right? It sits around here for a while.
Yeah, we're fantastic at new customers coming in the door, finding the right fit for their sleep needs, all of that. But sometimes the stuff that's maybe scratch and dent, like you said, floor model, distressed inventory, sometimes that gets pushed to the side and unfortunately ignored.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Right. It's not going to perform any less in your home. It's not going to help you wake up only half as happy. You're not going to wake up grumpy on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and happy on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, right? You're going to wake up happy every day.
Yep.
And that little scuff or that little dent or last year's model, you're not even going to really realize it after.
You're not even going to know after the first night in the bed, right?
But Ben's right. We're very good at helping our customers. And there's things that companies are really, really great at. And we know this to be true. Any companies that you love in your life, you know what they're good at, and you know what you can't expect from them. And I think that's what our customers tell us is they just want that prime steak experience, the best. They don't want the ground chewing. And so we've got this stuff that just sits around, and it vexes us.
It does vex us. Well, it takes up space.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes up space. It takes up logisticals, and it's money.
Yep.
And so I was driving to a leadership event in New Jersey the beginning of this month, and it dawned on me, help the helper. So We don't have this formalized yet, but just reach out to us through, direct message or email, whatever. If so, any of our ladies joining us today, your teams, this is an open invite to them, so you get to hear it first. Um, but any of the charities that we work with, certainly any of the past guests on our show, your volunteer teams are what we're going to consider helping the helpers, right? So we help the people that need your work the most as charities on our show and guests on our show. We shine light on them, and your causes help them. And then you have people who volunteer and help. Well, who's helping them? Who's giving them a pat on the back beyond, hey, great for helping out our community? Well, that's what we want to do. And we're going to come up with a real streamlined, probably like a good, better, best price point. And I'm thinking like $4.99, $7.99, $9.99.
Incredible discount.
Just smoking deals. And it's an invite only for people that help charities and come recommended to us from the people that run charities and organizations that help Lancaster.
Yep.
So help the helper. We'll formalize it, but I wanted to throw that out here today on our 200th episode.
Yeah. In a lot of cases, prices are going to be below cost.
Oh, yeah. It's just, We're turning
passing it on.
Yeah, we're turning the mattress rectangle back into little smaller green rectangles and money, but we're losing some money, but we're helping.
Yeah.
And that's the point. And it's help the helper. So
I love that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump in. So we've got special guest number 1.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah. From Swan, Scaling Walls a Note at a Time. Diana, good to see you. Back to the show.
It's great to be here and talk about giving back. I want to thank both of you for your generous donation to Swan during the Christmas season, because, of course, Swan serves children affected by parental incarceration. And we're also really trying to make efforts to connect with our students' families, because we believe their parents need to be their biggest heroes. And so as the children are enrolled in Swan and we're helping them, we also want to connect with the parents. So when you gave us this huge donation of pillows during the Christmas season, it coincided with Swan's Christmas party, where our kids performed and we gave little gifts to the kids, but we invited the parents to see their children perform. And we were able to send every household home with a household load of pillows. So we had pillows stuffed in strollers and in people's arms, and everybody walked away with a household load of pillows.
I love it.
But then also, I was so grateful that we were able to do the same for our volunteers. So our volunteers also left that Christmas party with pillows. And I can't think of one household that wouldn't want a whole bunch of your pillows, because they're really super comfortable. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, and to the point of pillows for your volunteers, specifically to what we just shared, this new initiative of helping the helpers. Again, it's like who's got their back, so to say, right? Like they're bending over backwards for the causes and people they believe in. Our platform, we're beginning to think of our store as a platform, right? And if you're in one of those 3 areas, as a customer, as somebody in the community, helping the community, and as charity benefiting from the work in the community and our give backs, that's how we want to be connected. So I love that your folks got a kick out of having nice new pillows.
Oh, it was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Diana, can you just give us a little, if somebody doesn't know Swan at all, maybe just a little bit of an introduction as to what Swan is, why it exists, and what you do?
Yes. Well, my name is Diana Volo, and I am the founder and the executive director of SWAN, which stands for Scaling Walls, a Note at a Time. SWAN, the number 4, kids.org. And we serve children in Lancaster City within the school district of Lancaster, affected by parental incarceration and the resulting trauma. Actually, we're serving some of the most overlooked and vulnerable in our community. SWAN serves our students by providing free music instruction, performance opportunities. We have a Bible and trauma management class and immediate access to mental health support, with the goal being to help our children heal so they can learn, succeed, and dream.
That's fantastic. I know one of the things you do is a annual banquet gathering, which I don't think is maybe happening this year. I know maybe you could talk a little bit about that, but I know Jeff and I have both been to the annual banquets you've had in the past, and it's really impactful to see the kids get up in front of a live audience, play the instruments that they've been learning all year long. I was just overwhelmed with, just great vibes watching them play and be excited to play and learn instruments that they might not have had a chance to learn without the program.
Well, you're right. And, that summer celebration that you attended last year is the culmination of our 5-week full day summer music camp. And, I must say we are serving some of Lancaster's most traumatized children. And through these programs, when they were coming in hungry, we gave them breakfast and lunch. We had 8 homeless children in our program last year. We were able to connect them with the right services to get help. I can say that it's life saving for some children, life changing for many. And so what you celebrated with us last summer was the culmination of 5 weeks where our students do learn new instruments. Not only that, but they prepare an entire program and then perform it several times. And but sadly, that program is not running this year, not because it's not impactful. It is very impactful, but we experienced something, Ben and Jeff, that we haven't experienced in 14 years. And it was a grant funding gap. And also there were discretionary funds from our United States senators. It wasn't a government grant, but discretionary funding that was cut this year. So what it did point to, though, is that we need to broaden our network. I know that as people learn about Swan, they'll care about Swan. And so to make these programs possible, we need this quarter to raise $112,000. And the Lancaster community, which are very helpful, they can help by becoming monthly donors. They can help with a one-time donation. If you're a business owner, we are part of the EITC program, the Educational Improvement Tax Credit Program. So giving can be through that. Or just connect us with others in your network that have a heart for vulnerable children. And we also welcome invitations to churches or businesses, any group that want to be part of restoring hope and healing in the young lives that we serve.
Yeah, and you do serve a tremendous amount of young lives in a very impactful way with music. The EITC program, specifically, I wanted to touch on it, so I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you. If you're a business that has state tax liability, please go to Swan's website and check out their page on the site about EITC. I think it's kind of right in the top, center in the top. And you'll see how you do it. You might have to maybe get your accountant involved. If you're like me as a business owner, you start seeing like Form 73B, 2A, and your mind just like liquefies a little bit, comes out the side.
Our grant writer will actually help you. So it doesn't get easier than that, right?
I was just saying, go to your CPA, but you can just connect with Swan.
Exactly. We'll help you through it.
Yeah, and essentially how it works is I'm paraphrasing here, but essentially if you have state tax liability, in other words, you have to pay state taxes, you can direct up to 90% of those dollars across, I think it's 2 years, towards Swan, who is approved. And now you get to know where your tax dollars, instead of going into the big state budget as the big bucket of state money, your money comes laser focused right into Lancaster County, right into Lancaster, right to Swan. And, you get to see the impact of your dollars in your backyard for a program for kids that you believe in changes lives. And that's what Swan does. And so there's a lot more information on the site that Chris is actually showing right now. So thank you for the assist producer, Chris Stone from Cast Ahead. We love you. But yeah, it's how it works now. July 1st is coming around the corner and you have to submit an application. So there's still time. So you submit an application, and then next year you can contribute. Did I pretty much nail it?
You nailed it. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's a great, great program. So we had a little pause in summer camp, and you've had to kind of realize your funding needs and your funding spectrum is shifting and broadening out. So what's next? What's next for you, and how can Lancaster County help?
Well, we've witnessed incredible transformation. The impact that Swan has had transforms lives. One of our students whose trauma left him mute, selectively mute for years, within weeks of studying guitar through Swan, started talking again. Like I said, it's life changing. Another child who was used to being bullied had grown very fearful and very withdrawn. And through Swan, having them perform on stage, started loving the stage because from the stage, they could see that they were impacting. People were smiling and applauding. And, they transformed by having been bullied and withdrawn to saying after a performance, I felt like a superhero.
Oh, that's sweet.
And we've seen children impacted by poverty and homelessness rise above their circumstances. And we've even had some students featured on regional and national radio, national television, and America's Got Talent. So
Wow.
we are working to see our students heal so they can learn, succeed, and dream. And we are asking the Lancaster community to just check us out, wrap their heart around these kids, and support us. What we learned this year from our funding gap, like we've never had before in 14 years, and had to cancel our summer 5-week camp, was that we must grow our network of monthly and one-time donors, EITC donors, and be introduced to your network. Yeah. So if you would do that for us, we are working this quarter to secure next year's camp because it takes a lot of planning. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be part of that, and so we would never have to cancel another camp, we would be thrilled and very grateful.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful.
So there's the call, Lancaster, for Swan. Help out monthly, one time, that EITC thing. EITC focused giving. Right. So laser in your taxes right into Swan's great efforts. That's the call, right? So some organizations it's time, some organizations it's talents. Here very clearly it's treasure. Because they have the volunteers, they've got the people to go to bat for these kids. They just need the funding to rent space, to get instruments, to create programming, have places where the kids can go and perform, all of it. And they're an official registered C3 not-for-profit. And so everything, is there for you. It just, they need the gas.
Yeah.
They need the gas.
And, we are an after-school program during the school year, but the 5-week summer music camp. So we run all year, which we're really grateful for. We just had that gap this summer, which we hope we'll never have again. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's good that so that's 47 weeks out of the year or so, 40 weeks, I would imagine. You got some holidays and stuff. The kids still do have a connection. So it's not that all is lost. It's just the summer camp's really profound. And it's through summer when the resources they might have through school are paused, right? So
exactly.
You fill an important gap on the summer break for about half of it. So no, that's great. Diana, thank you for being awesome.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you guys. You're awesome as well.
Yeah. Love that we've met you here. And Diana's just a great person. Diana reached out while our family was in crisis with my wife's health. And you can't ask for a better person to be caring for kids here in Lancaster. So, well, Diana,
thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff and Ben.
Yeah. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Thanks for spending time with us. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So we've got this round robin of 4 great guests.
Yes, we do.
Actually, 4 amazing women here in Lancaster.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So let's bring on next Betsy Shank from Acorn Acres. I always have to pause because we've got Betsy with what she does in her acres at Acorn Acres. And then we've got Risa and Kate in what they do in their acres at Aaron's Acres.
Yep. And 2 wonderful organizations, but kind of completely different.
Very different ways they help. Very different ways. And so, Betsy, since you're on the show, why don't you tell us what you do at Acorn Acres?
So we are wildlife rehabilitation and education, and we specialize in the prey animals, the small guys that we see in our backyard every single day, moles, voles, mice, shrews, rats, squirrels, bunnies, wood Easy way to say it, we rehabilitate the guys with the eyes on the sides of their head, everything from mice to beaver.
Wait, say that again? Everything with eyes on the side of their head.
On the sides of their head. So as of straightforward, which is like a human, we're hunters, we're predators.
Okay, yep.
We do the guys with the eyes on the sides of their
eyes on
head.
the side. Guys with the eyes on the side.
Except for Virginia opossums. We are the only facility in the county that will rehabilitate Virginia opossums, and we all know how fabulous they are for our environment. They aren't true predators, they're more opportunistic, so we do rehabilitate them as well.
So this is, already taking a different...
Good to know. You're left-turning me.
What's a Virginia opossum? Or is it opossum or possum?
So it is opossum.
Opossum, okay.
A possum is in Australia.
Oh.
And this is Googleable. You can look this up on Google. Actually, possums are very cute little animals, but they live in Australia.
No clue. Didn't know that.
Here in North America, we have our only native marsupial, and that is the Virginia opossum.
And there's only one opossum. It's just a Virginia opossum.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Oh, see, yeah, look at
there we go. Yes.
Little cute possum there.
They are used interchangeably. However, they are two different animals.
Interesting. Did not know that.
Opossums are marsupials of the order, and then there was a whole big long word I was going to create a whole moment out of here on the show. But
yeah, they are marsupials. Yes.
Didelphimorphia.
Well done.
That is their order. Yes.
Did I say that right?
Pretty close.
Okay, well, that's what I thought would happen. So I'm happy I could live up to your expectations, Lancaster Connect people.
So to get it back on track, but Virginia opossums are...
You'll help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we have about 50 of them right now.
What?
It's baby opossum season.
You like Pokemon got to collect them all right now? Is what's going on? Is there that many?
Well, so they, when mama opossums have babies, they usually give birth to about 30. And then the first 13 that make it to her pouch survive. The rest generally don't make it. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, wow.
There's one of our babies.
I'd imagine that's what number 14 looks like when it's left behind.
So these guys are born, gestation is about 12 days. And then they're in the pouch for several weeks. When they're born, they are about the size of your pinky nail. They're embryonic.
Oh, goodness.
And then they grow up over the course of the next couple months. And they have the most amount of teeth of any land mammal. So they're super interesting. They're extremely beneficial to our environment. And we're pretty proud to be able to help them.
This is like great. What we need to do is we need to get you and Diana connected and like have the kids check out the little animals.
Right.
Like I know what you do is in a petting zoo, but man, they would learn and like they would have a great time.
This I feel like this is like science class. This is
like
yeah.
So
we are very science heavy. Wildlife rehabilitation is a science.
Yeah. I had a personal experience with it a few weeks back.
That's right.
Yeah. Had 3 little raccoon babies under our shed, and they were screaming. Like I thought.
Oh, they're loud.
Yeah, I thought it was like a wounded adult one.
Well, in fairness, if I woke up and saw you standing above me, I think I would scream too, Jeff.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I told my youngest boy, like, hey, watch out. There's a raccoon under the shed. I think it's hurt or something. Don't, just get in there and get out of there real quick. Watch your feet, watch your ankles. I didn't really know quite what to do. I had a project going on in the backyard, and it was fixing to rain. And so I just like one thing at a time. Right. And, so yeah, I reached out to Betsy, gave me some guidance. Local community Facebook group gave me some guidance. Always good to connect with the rescue like Acorn Acres. Because there's a lot that goes into it. And so thankfully somebody else in the rescue community was able to come, pick them up, took care of them, and they got taken care of. They didn't get reunited. It would seem as though Mama had a run-in with a car up the street is I think where that story concluded. But they got taken care of and are healthy. Yeah, it's taking care of these little critters is interesting. I shared also in our pre-show in my neighborhood. There's a box turtle that got relocated 30 miles away, and box turtles need to stay how close around? I know that's not necessarily your area of focus, but you know it.
We try to keep them within a 1 mile radius of where they're found, or they will literally spend the rest of their life trying to get home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's got like Disney movie written all over it.
Yeah.
Like the
Yes.
I don't know the title, but like it could be like a franchise.
Yep.
Billy the Box Turtle goes home, and like it's a whole thing.
In the past couple years, the community at whole has really stepped up to turtles, and it's really really heartwarming to see. We are not yet permitted to rehabilitate turtles. I needed to get some things finalized just with our new facility before I decided to take on more animals. But that they're on our list. But to see the community work so hard and be willing to drive so far to save the few turtles that are savable is really heartwarming. And I think it's the education that's going out from all of the rehabbers across the state, and then of course on the socials.
Yeah. So I think may I go?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Or a point to clarify, bring up. I don't know what you might call it, but it's the beauty of podcasting. We just get to have a conversation. So you're in a wonderful new place that you've been in now for how long? It's about a year?
No. We moved in October.
Okay. So
we're about 6 months.
Okay. Yep.
7 months actually operating here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And so that was made in large part to some donors, correct? If my memory is serving me right. Yep.
Yeah.
And so I just bring all this up because it's very cool that people are so interested in the little critters, right? So to bring it home, like what Betsy shared about the side eyes, like Sid from
Ice Age?
Ice Age, right? Eyes at the side, right? That's Sid.
Yeah.
That was my favorite character in that movie.
That's a great movie.
But no, it is cool that there are people who, just care about nature and this part of nature, and then have the skills and the passion and the knowledge. And then I think why it becomes more known is because people like you, Betsy, have gone off of just social and have this physical building and have this physical presence and are really putting in the work. And so people become more connected to it. I think that's what's going on. So kudos to you.
Thank you. But I wouldn't be able to do any of this without people like the two of you and the Lancaster community. It's those people that are finding these animals and caring about them. It's you two that are sharing the nonprofits and sharing the work that we do. We're all in this together. We said that a number of years ago, and I think it's still true today. But we've actually grown. Our biggest year ever with animals was 2023. That was the year that Poppy died.
Oh,
and we did, for the year, we did 271 animals.
Wow.
We are just barely 6 months into 2025, and we are coming up on 450 animals so far.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That is the community. That is people, stopping their busy lives saying, these animal needs help. What do I have to do? Where do I have to go?
Yeah.
And hey, Joe. And it's it's the community that is propelling us to continue this work. And we're growing as fast as we possibly can.
Yeah. Chris had your website up there, and I'm sure it's been updated. It looks like to me, it looks like a brand new website from what we had seen before. But when somebody finds an animal, I know one of the menu options at the top is found an animal. So somebody in the Lancaster community finds one of these guys with the eyes on the side, right? That's the first place they should go, right? Found an animal. I'm guessing you have all kinds of resources there as to how they can get the animal to you. Is that correct?
Yep. And if you're still questioning it, call us.
Yeah.
We We get a lot of phone calls. We're getting upwards of 60 to 70 phone calls a day, but we do our very best to return every single one of them. It might take me a day or two, but we get back to people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I would say, folks listening, watching, picking this up, just remember there's a resource in Lancaster County. Google it. I would hope you'll find your way to Acorn Acres site and just use the information on the site. It's not like Betsy just says, hey, we help little critters out and bring them to us. There's a lot of great information on the site, which I referenced when I was helping those baby raccoons. And so to close the loop there, I put them in a bucket, gathered a bunch of leaves and twigs, made it like home. And then I propped the bucket at an angle so they could stay in and wouldn't run away and be unsafe. But most importantly, so Mama could get in, had Mama come back to look. By the time I found them, I'd heard this crying the day prior. So we were now on 36 hours. And at that point, it was like, okay, it's been 36 hours. We've had the opportunity all night for Mom to come back.
Right.
Because I'd heard him that morning prior.
Oh.
So it's like we had that all night nocturnal activity for Mama to come back. And sadly, it looked like that just wasn't going to happen anymore. And so then we found somebody reputable that was local and could pick them up and take care of them. But yeah, use the website, use the knowledge, and know if you just put it into action, like I saw you had a few steps that went laterally across the screen. Like if you put that into action, it's not like you're just pushing this little squirrel over into the corner of the brush and now nature's going to do what nature's going to do. Like the information's great. It's helpful. It will help the little critter. And if you don't think that matters, I want to put something in your brain. When you think about the essence of one of these critters, when you think about the personality, the spirit, think about what a squirrel would be like if it were Jeff and Ben. Right? Imagine, I'm trying to cue this up.
Yeah,
right. We're working on a tightrope.
A little slow on the button pushing here.
But think of these little squirrels. Think of There's Squirrel Ben and Squirrel Jeff.
When was this picture first created? Was it for our 100th, or was it even before that? I don't even remember. I'm trying to think of when I gave up the slip back hair.
It was after the 100, but it was the second time we were on the show.
Okay, that's when it was. And Chris prepared this glorious image.
That's when we announced that we were moving.
That's right. And you had named squirrels after the two of us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, was it the Connecties Awards? Okay. Yeah. Chris, that was the year-end show. So, Betsy, what's next for Acorn Acres?
Oh, wow. Growth. We're gonna continue growing. The number one ask that we're getting is, will you take more animals? Do you do these species? We will. We do plan on doing that. We're going to move into bats and turtles. We just have to make sure that we're, running like a well-oiled machine in our new facility. This is our first official baby season here. So there were lots of challenges, opportunities that we had to work out. And once we get through this, we're going to fine-tune some things and then bring in more animals, which is just going to be, again, growth. As we continue to grow, we do hope to become an employer within the community. We are not right now. We're 100% volunteer. So as all businesses grow, then, we need to bring in paid staff. That's our immediate goal.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's great. It's just jokingly, it's funny to say, look at the spirit of these squirrels, and Jeff and Ben Squirrel pop up. But going back to those raccoons, it was, don't just brush these little animals off, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? There's great people like Betsy and her staff of volunteers. Like, look at the cute little bunny.
There's an opossum.
An opossum, not a possum, but a little opossum. But like those three raccoons, there were three real distinct personalities in that bucket. When we were checking them out, we didn't touch them or nothing, but we looked at them, and there was one that was squeaking and screaming loud, and there was one that was cuddling, there was one that was just a loner. but there were distinct personalities. And that's really what you're doing. You're just kind of giving that animal another chance to live out its life that it was meant to live for however long that might be once it gets back into nature. And that's what Acorn Acres does. Helps the circle of life continue around, right?
Well, we do that, and then we also do community education, and then we also work with our local universities and colleges, and we help their interns. Well, it's our interns, but we help their students through their, biology and science courses.
Very cool.
Awesome.
So you're helping people get learned.
Yep. Yeah.
Betsy, I don't know that you said where is your new location?
So for people that are super familiar with the area, we are in the old Manor Animal Hospital.
Okay.
So it was Manor Animal Hospital, then it was Pine Creek in Lancaster. Pine Creek has moved. They built a new facility at Lime Spring, and we are in the old Manor Animal Hospital building. So we're at 2100 Stone Mill Road.
Okay.
Very good.
It looks a little different in here. It's not the same building.
That's funny. So I thought that's where it was. I actually used to live in the house that's right across the parking lot towards Rotortown Road, like during college. This is like 30 years ago.
So it was if you smell the aroma of Sugar Bowl Bowlies, it's because of him.
Off campus. But yeah, I thought that's where the building was. And I'm very familiar because I lived right in that little cottage that was on the other side of the parking lot.
That's why all the opossums come. They think they're bowlies everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
So, Betsy, thank you for everything you do for serving Lancaster.
You're welcome.
Critters and just giving them a place to heal and survive and make another go at it. So, thank you.
Yep. Thank you for having us and for sharing all of our work. We really, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Betsy. Have a great day.
Thanks. See ya.
You're welcome. Yep. All right. Well, that was fun. Squirrel Ben and Squirrel Jeff.
I wonder where they are.
They're frolicking, man. Just as much fun as the real Ben and Jeff have here. Our spirit squirrels are out there having the same amount. I bet you they're doing a podcast on a tree.
What would the podcast be about?
As the acorn turns.
Right.
That's what they're talking about.
They're stealing bird food is probably what they're doing.
They welcome the opossums in,
But not the possums.
Well, the Australian squirrels do.
Oh, that's true.
Global. Anyway, let's welcome our last live guest. And this is a familiar face. Teresa, welcome to the show. Hopefully we've been entertaining you backstage this whole time. Thank you for being...
I don't even know how I can come on after that. I don't know. I can't top that. But yes, thank you so much for having us again. This is great.
Yeah. Teresa was episode 197. It was just like a month or two ago.
Yeah,
198.
Yeah, a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So in the event you missed our time together just a few weeks ago. So Teresa, tell everybody who you are and the organization you're with and what you do.
Yeah. I'm Teresa Richardson, the executive director with Help the Fight, which is a people helping people 501c3 nonprofit organization built around the power of community. So we just also appreciate so much what you guys do and connect with that in many ways. We can't do it without the community and connecting with others. So we provide gap funding for those battling breast cancer. And we help with urgent needs such as, and everyday needs such as, we can help with medical bills. We can help with rent, mortgage, insurance, groceries, transportation. We find a lot of people just don't have the support to get that transportation to their appointments, and that's important. Meds, anything that is needed, we provide that fund for them. And truly what it is that they need is what we do. We shared on our on the last podcast that it's not just an individual need, it's a family need. And we had a mother who just wanted to provide something for her son, and just to be able to have a normal life, do something that brings them joy. And we did not bat an eye, and we helped them with that. And it was probably one of the best gifts to do, and to give a mother to be able to see, going through this and seeing her son going through this, and just to be able to say, you know what, go do that thing that you love, because usually that is the first thing that gets cut, to be able to help provide the funds to take care of them. So yeah, and we know. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I remember you sharing that story, and in fact, we thought it was cool. Yeah, of course, you all thought it was cool. You supported it financially, and with all the support. But so did AI. AI thought it was a cool moment because we run all of our shows. Our remote team who carves up the content and creates reels, that runs through an AI software, and basically we say, what the prompt is, what would our viewers, and we tell the app who our viewers are, what would our viewers think is cool from this show? And AI thought that story about Dalton getting to do something that his mom wanted to see and be able to do was cool. So there we go. So stamp of approval. Not that you needed it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so important. And you know that firsthand, going through something, and it truly does affect everyone in the family and the household, and those caregivers and anyone involved in that. So whatever it is that they need, we are there for them. And we're just we just want to help in a real, genuine way. And we don't just want to pay the bill. We can connect on certain levels and just be a part of that. And our patient coordinator works one-on-one with our patients, nurse navigators, social workers, and she truly walks them through every step of the way to make it as easy as possible. We don't want this to be a hard task that they have to fill out paperwork and they have to do this and they have to get all the information. So we kind of lift some of that weight off of them and help provide some of that connection and getting that information. So that's also very important to us.
Teresa, most of what you've described so far is after breast cancer is diagnosis, but you're also about education and early detection as well. I know we talked about that. You talked about that the last time you were on. Can you talk about what you're doing there and with your mobile mammogram program that you're launching?
Absolutely. Key. I mean, early detection is so important, and it is one of those things that we put off because we don't have the time to go get a mammogram, or we're worried about the outcome of that, or we don't know what to expect. So we want to be able to provide that resource as well in different ways. We will help with the screenings if needed. But the mobile mammogram is something new to us, and we hope to grow that in the future, where it's a unit that does mammograms. They come to you. We can have them at an event. So if you're hosting an event and you're looking at incorporating something like that, let us know, reach out, and we can connect you with them or make that connection. But to connecting with businesses and bringing that unit to the business for their team and their families as well. Again, we're going to go back to the family. And, if there's a lot of men in that business, you all have women in your life, and you want to make sure that you take care of them. And so basically, the mobile mammogram, you go in, if you have insurance, you submit your insurance, and they do just like if you were going to the hospital. It's about 15-20 minutes for the exam from start to finish. And then they send the results to your doctor. And if you don't have insurance, you can reach out to them and they can help you with that. We don't want that to defer anyone from getting this. So that is a true connection when it comes to doing like events, and we may be in a space where people don't have insurance. What can we do?
That's great.
We're also looking at partnering with other nonprofits and connecting with them who may have women who don't have health insurance, and we can provide this resource and do an event where they invite their people in to get that mammogram if they don't have that insurance. So that's the huge focus that we have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early detection is the key. And love that you're making that more accessible and it's a focus. Something as we had your title on the screen as executive director, it's interesting. We've got Betsy from Acorn Acres, which just a couple years ago, I think was her and the dream of helping those little critters out, and now growing into that new building and then aspiring to have staff on. And then we had Diana. She's been out for 14 years, has a great crew of volunteers, and helped the fight even. I think when Linda first was on, the idea of having an executive director was a mission. It was something to target down the road, but was yet to be attained. And now here we are, right? And that's very cool. I love that you also said patient care coordinator. So you have that on staff. So it's kind of neat. And kudos to you all that helped the fight. It's kind of neat to see charities grow as they've been on the show and been back a couple times. So, all the praise is yours. I'm just throwing it on you. It's like everything you're doing. I'm just recognizing it.
Yeah. And I mean, we were on 2 weeks ago and had a few inquiries about sponsorships, and because of this show. So,
wow, that's great.
I'm recognizing you both too and what you do, which
Way to go, Lancaster.
really amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Like people are listening, they're hearing that, and how important it is to give back as a business too, and do something with their team to give back in a way such as that. So, yeah, great job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kudos to the Lancaster community. We're just providing a vehicle for extra eyeballs for organizations, great organizations like the one you run there. So I mean, it's really the power of community, and Lancaster's. I mean, it's where we live, right? But it's the best, I think. So,
and you have your bingo is one of your big events, and then you have another one, right? There's something coming up in the fall.
I'm sorry.
Is there something coming up here in the fall? A big event for you?
Yeah, we have our main event. So we are in our 16th year, which is exciting. And that just shows the growth. I mean, you were just sharing that, and not even this was not set out to be a nonprofit or anything, but the need was there and it continues to grow. The need grows and we are growing as well. So we are in our 16th year. Our main event is October 4th at the Spooky Nook in Lancaster. And we are so excited for this year's event, as we are every year. But each year it's just different. It's fun. We shared how much fun we have at these events, and just to be surrounded by our supporters, our sponsors, our partners, some of our patients, and that want to come out and be a part of that. And it's just amazing to be there under one roof with everybody and to be able to just share that time together. So our main event, and we are, we're looking for the support in that event. It takes a lot to put on an event like that. We rely on the sponsorships of local businesses, and we want to partner with those people who are invested in what we do and have a passion. Most everyone has been affected by it in one way or another, or knows someone that is, or if it's a business, sure there is someone in that business that has dealt with that or knows somebody. And it's just a great way to give back and be a part of that event and see exactly what we do, and where those funds are going. So that is a huge need. And volunteers, always, we cannot do what we do without our volunteers. So, as we grow, we need more volunteers, but we have an amazing core group of volunteers that have been with us from the beginning. So I have to highlight them too, because they are the most loyal, caring, giving individuals, and just their family to us. And that's important.
In the main event, October 4th at Spooky Nook. Looks like it's a just big gala event, dinner, music, I'd imagine. Silent auctions, actual auctions. All kinds of fun.
Games of chance. I mean, there's so much activity around the perimeter of the room that we're in. It's not like a sit down dinner where you're sitting down for 3 hours. We do have a presentation. We have a story that someone shares that has been impacted, but we just want everyone to also enjoy their time. So lots of things going on. Dinner is a buffet style, so they get up, go get dinner, come back, sit down, and it's just a great time. Yeah.
Great. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Teresa, thank you for all you're doing there at Help the Fight. You're the new executive director, so no pressure, but we expect big things. No, I'm sure you will rise to the occasion because you're mission connected, passion connected, and thank you. Thank you for all the work you do there at Help the Fight.
Yeah, thank you so much again for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
So that was our 3 live folks who happen to all be charities. And we've got a recorded video. Do you want to introduce this? This is like now, kind of like family now for you.
In a way, yeah. So
not just because it's custard.
One of our favorite stories from the last 4 years worth of episodes, we actually ate custard, which is kind of like ice cream, but a little different, and I think better. And anytime there's ice cream involved or something similar, it's going to be a great show, right? So Nikki's Custard, Nicole Donnell from Nikki's Custard, the founder of Nikki's Custard, recorded a little video for us. And Chris, why don't you go ahead and play that, and then we'll talk after. So, short and sweet. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole wanted to join us, but she's out of town this week. So, Nicole, thanks for being on the show and recording, taking time out to record a little video there. And the family part of it, I'm super excited to announce my daughter will be a future Nikki's Custard employee. So she had an interview a couple weeks ago that she was super nervous about, and has been invited to the team to start later on in the summer. So
and he was like, the confidence going out and interviewing and the responsibility, all that's great. She just needs to bring home custard. That's what he says to me behind the scenes.
I don't think so. It's.
I'm just kidding.
She can't drive yet. She can't drive yet. So somebody has to take her there and pick her up. So there's
I'll go.
Yeah, right. Every single time I'm like, I'll drop off, I'll pick up. That's twice. It's 2 opportunities to be a customer.
Hey, so when you make an order wrong, make sure you bring it home to dad.
Right. So thank you, Nicole. Nikki's Custard is an amazing. Nicole's an amazing female entrepreneur. Started this business, and her employees are typically female high school students or maybe high school college students. And she just really has a great way of communicating with and taking care of her employees. And sometimes that's rare in today's day and age. She really takes them under her wing. And the product she makes is incredible, but the environment she creates is even better. So, well done.
Yeah. And the custard is
out of this world. It's off the charts. It's just
it was a fun episode.
Check it out. It's on Oregon Pike. Can't miss it. Just north of Route 30.
I might, what? Traffic might be difficult tonight
on the way home.
So I might just have to go home that way.
It's super dangerous because it's like literally halfway between home and here. It's quite dangerous.
Yep. Well, listen, that was the folks that wanted to be a part of our 200th episode. Thought we'd give you a little bit of an update. We're going to do a connection cocktail yet. I'll have my sleep better tip. Ben will have his testimonial, but a little bit of direction on where the show's going. Ben and I are getting very clear on our vision and our goals for this business. We're 14 years in, and it feels like we're just getting good. Like, wait till we're good, right? And we've identified really 3 C's, right? Our customers, our community, and the charities that we give to, support, believe in. And they're all interconnected.
Yeah.
And we're coming for it all 600,000 people in Lancaster County. And what Teresa shared about their efforts that helped the fight just a few weeks ago, a few sponsorships derived from that. That's exactly what we mean, what I mean when I say we're coming for it all.
Right. And it's really what we envisioned when we set out to make this podcast.
Yeah.
Connecting the community to each other and making an impact with these organizations.
Yeah. And so, is it possible on a mission to say we're going to sell a mattress to every single person in Lancaster County? The thing about a mission is it needs to be attainable, right? It needs to be something that happens. So no, we're not, and that's fine. But we're going to work to sell as many and serve as many customers as we can. But this store as a platform to connect to our community through this show, through the ways we give back to charitable efforts, yes, we can connect with all 600,000 people. And that's where you come in. So if you like this content, please subscribe, please share it, please comment. Well, we know we're getting through to people. Joe Europe, we love that you comment. Folks, comment. Let us know you're out there. Helps our guests. It helps us. Helps the show get seen. This world's so algorithmic anymore. Juice it. Help us boost it, right? Share it. Love it. Subscribe it. Comment it. This show, this platform will be the single biggest driver to help us say we're coming for it all. And that will happen. We will make that happen, because we're going to do some fun stuff with this show. You're going to see the show start to look different here in the upcoming months, from environment, from sound quality, from guests being in person versus virtual. We're going to open up to businesses as well who have the same belief system that we do, right? So it's not just going to turn into commercials, because that would ruin it.
Right.
But we're going to open things up. We're going to, blow the dust off, as they say. We're going to get really serious about the impact the show can create. So that's where we're going.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Connection cocktail real quick?
Yeah.
All right. So I interview you, you interview me.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So what's your favorite book, podcast, TV show?
So, if I'm unwinding...
as the custard turns.
And this, I like to laugh. We have mutual favorite shows, Seinfeld and whatnot. So for podcasts, I love watching Conan O'Brien's podcast. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. I've always found Conan hilarious. He's just zany, off the wall. If I need to laugh, just watch an episode. He always has great guests on. His interactions with his team, he's just awesome. So love that. How about you?
It was, I think it was from Teresa, actually, Ransom Canyon.
Oh, the like a Yellowstone spinoff or similar to it?
Like cowboy soap opera, basically, is what it is. Yeah, and I'm all in.
So is that like drama, or is there a comedy element? Or
drama.
It's drama, just straight up drama. Okay.
Drama. Yeah, like insane drama, too. Like stuff that would not possibly plausibly happen, but happens.
Right.
But I love it. I love it, and I'm into it, and I completely want some of the main characters to have their romance get figured out and happen. And I'm very upset when monkey wrenches happen within that storyline. I'm all bought in. So yes, like Fox ran a show called Cowboy Wants a Wife.
Yeah, Farmer Wants a Wife. There's all
Farmer Wants a Wife. Farmer Wants a Wife.
There's all spinoffs.
It could all be the same thing. Motorcycle guy wants a wife. Like it's all the same story.
Right.
But no, Farmer Wants a Wife. The original season, the American original season, started in Australia, but American original season, season 1, Hunter and Megan. I am still heartbroken that they're not together anymore. It's the romance that I look for.
I didn't know this about.
It's what I want to have happen. Yeah,
this is why we do the connection cocktail, and that's the big question.
It is. Okay, so your favorite dream vacation?
I'd love there's so many places in this world I'd love to go to. I think Hawaii would be fantastic. We mentioned Australia early on in the show. I would love to go to Australia. I'd love to drive across this country I was born in Washington State, and I've been in California, but I haven't been a lot of places in between. And I only lived in Washington until I was 3, or 2. So there's, doing a family trip. Like, I don't know if it's getting in an RV or anything.
I would be the only one.
I feel that way. I don't know about my wife feels the same way, but I would love to drive between the national parks. I think that would be awesome. So, Lancaster and Pennsylvania in general is beautiful, but there's so many really, really cool places to go. And I just want to see it all.
Yeah.
So how about you?
I like the national park thing, travel in the country thing. I think doing a Eastern Europe, like Czechoslovakia, Prague. Hungary, Budapest.
1,000-year-old building.
Yeah. That stuff. Because I just look up and I'm like, well, even like downtown Lancaster, right? Like I used to hang off of cranes and fix stuff.
Yeah.
I was first out of high school in construction. Like I'm working on that now, looking up at it. It's like that stuff got built with not tools that we have today.
No. Yep.
And it just like, I like that.
Yeah.
So,
we saw a little bit of that in Sweden when we went to Sweden. Stockholm, buildings from like 800 AD, 900.
And it really puts in perspective what we do here in our nation, which we're going to be celebrating soon with 249 years on July 4th. But yeah, like 800 years. Well, that's like 4 times as long as this nation's been old.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yep. All right. What's your favorite local spot in Lancaster?
So I'm going to go off script. I mean, we suggest coffee shop, restaurant, park, or hidden gem. I'm going to go record store. Lidditz Music up on 501. My boy Ben up there. Should have him on the show. He's a fantastic
record
business owner, entrepreneur up there. He, vinyl records is a passion of mine, collecting and listening and spinning, whatever. They also do musical instruments for a lot of Warwick students and, students in the community. But he just runs a fun business. If I need a break, go shopping. I'm not going to go clothes shopping or anything like that. I'm going to go vinyl shopping. So that's my hidden gem.
He does go vinyl shopping.
Just a little bit.
There's evidence of it.
A little bit.
Evidence of it shows up here every so often. It's like a whole big secret.
No, it shows up here. No big deal. How about you?
It's not a secret?
It's not a secret.
Then why is it shipped here and not to the front door at home?
It's just easier here. Instead of it waiting like outside in the heat, because vinyl in the heat or cold, it could warp, it could damage.
That's why his bottom filing cabinet's full of candy. Because it's not a secret.
Sometimes it's full of candy. All right, yours.
You know what's going to happen in the new? You know what's going to happen in the new version? There's going to be Ben's candy drawer cam, and I'm going to have Chris go live on the candy drawer. That's happening. Chris, write it down.
All right. Let's get to yours. What's your hidden gem?
My hidden gem's back roads, Lancaster County. I've had my slingshot now for a few years. I now have a new to me motorcycle, Harley electric glide, which I love. Man, I just love getting on back roads in the region and just winding on through, driving. It's a lot of fun. What I will say, as a little PSA, now that it's grass cutting season, please don't throw your grass into the road.
Yeah, see that all the time.
This is not an exaggeration. I had a close encounter already. I've only had the bike for like 2 weeks. But yeah, I was coming down a hill and it was kind of like where the road goes off to the side and all this grass was out. Yeah. Yep. Those back roads, I ride to the inside because people are also doing the back roads, maybe daydreaming on their phone. They might cross over. I'm just giving myself more room. Please, 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 please don't throw your grass on the road. If you do, sweep it up, blow it up, whatever. It is so, so utterly dangerous for motorcycle riders and bicycle riders and e-bike riders and scooter riders. It is just so dangerous. So, but to bring it back to positive, back roads, and we got a lot of them. It's great. You get 10 minutes outside of Manheim Pike, Harrisburg Pike, Oregon Pike. Get
beautiful country out there.
It's just beautiful. It's not just shopping centers around here.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thanks for playing along.
Yeah. So we got our Sleep Better tip.
Yeah.
Our testimonial. We'll go with the Sleep Better tip. So we wrote the book right here. We'll send you one. Gardner'sMattressandMore.com. Sleep-Better would be the place to go to get your free copy of our book. We'll mail it to you, totally free. Again, our gift to you to deposit into our community. to help people wake up happy. And that's the other shift is we're really going to start talking about longevity, right? Because we've got all this great stuff to biohack and help our bodies. But the one thing that we've always been able to do since the cavemen went to sleep after the big hunt is restore our bodies. And that helps longevity, helps us live longer. That's what we're doing here.
Love it.
So we need to retitle that, Sleep Better and Live Longer. But where you buy your mattress from really counts. And I'm not just saying from us, I'm just saying in general. And so news broke this week, in the last week, Amazon, yet again, an Amazon seller, has to recall 100,000 mattresses.
Oh, that's fun.
Because they weren't made properly. Okay. And this is the problem of not knowing what you're buying from. I say it tongue in cheek, not knowing who you're sleeping with. When you buy a mattress from Gardner's, you know exactly who you're sleeping with and going to bed with at night. And that's with us. We're not there sleeping with you, but our mattresses and our partners are 5-star partners like we are. But the same thing can't be said for this inexpensive stuff that's shipped in from overseas to these online sellers. And, it really grinds my gears because I was at the forefront of why these got recalled, which was flammability standards in 2007 when this law came out.
Mm-hmm.
In 2005, I helped launch a great brand that's still standing today that was focused on healthy living. And boy, the stuff that you have to accomplish, that great companies have to accomplish to have flammability requirements happen and meet the measure of the law, it is an expense. It is a real thing. And then companies just ship things in from overseas and
cut corners.
And you think you're getting a low price. Well, it's like we were taught in elementary school. There's no such thing as free lunch. And sometimes things are cheaper for a reason. Well, the reason is you're sleeping on toxic garbage that's unsafe and your house can go. And that mattress flames over and really it acts like an incendiary device when it catches fire. And so my Sleep Better tip, passionately said, is who you buy from matters. Who you sleep with matters, figuratively and literally. But figuratively with us, a local, reputable retailer that cares about you, cares about your experience, cares about the products you sleep on. That's my Sleep Better tip.
Like it. So talking about care, testimonial time, Gardner's Mattress and More. We got a handwritten testimonial receipt.
A voluminous testimonial.
It is. Lots of words on here that were carefully handwritten. Not only do people type, they actually mail back. We actually get more of these than we get reviews online, which is pretty cool. So this is referencing our delivery crew and the care that they take. Sean and John, our team here at Gardner's, they were courteous and helpful during delivery, and they actually arrived earlier than the scheduled time, so we don't make you wait around all day. We're not the cable company that says, sometime between 8 and 4, right?
That's a Seinfeld
episode. So this is Tamara. I will recommend you to friends. We're very satisfied. And thanks for the brownies and also the coffee. So that is referencing at the point of sale. Here, we will give you a little care package of things to take with you, some goodies, and one of those items is coffee sample packs from Whiff Roasters, local roaster up in Lidditz that we're partners with here, and we also ship a thank you package a few weeks after delivery with some brownies in it. So that's what she's referencing there. So fill the belly and sleep well at the same time.
Yep, that's right. And the mind, because in that care package is a book.
That's true.
Or some little meditation moments, right? In our go lives, it's good to take a pause and that the Magic of Sleep. Yep. We have so many books around here, I have to think. The Magic of Sleep book that we give you is just that. It's magical meditation moments, little coffee table, little nightstand book, reminds you to take a moment of pause and enjoy sleep.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was a good one.
It's on 200 episodes.
200 episodes. Man. We didn't put anybody to sleep on this one. We're on to 201.
We haven't seen Chris push any buttons in a while.
Yeah, maybe he's sleeping, but I doubt it. Either way, hey, look, thanks for being a great watcher, a listener, and a watcher. If you've been around us, you know what a watcher is. We'll see you on episode 201. See you next week, Lancaster.